especially against a Galio who's supposed to be pretty safe into this lane. But not in this game.
Still waiting. But there's no flash anymore. Zeka, not that close to level 6. Delight doesn't have Hex Flash either. I think they're trying again.
I mean, with Ignite and Flash, like, if Delight hits him into a wall, then yeah, he's dead. Speaking of which, Faker walks up, and the exact thing that I just said comes to life. As for some reason, Faker just didn't think it was possible. And as we knew, it was very possible. And that is going to be first blood given over to... It's fine. Peanut is going to be in a lot of trouble here, as he does not have Flash anymore. Trying to give this kill over to Doran, maybe, but one more Winds of War, and he does go down. Okay, trying to go on target ball once again as in goes Faker, and finally they take him down. Owner picks up the mark, as it looks like that's what they wanted by the end of it all.
Is that worth it? Like, I know we got the mark. You'll get to 2 marks now because it always picks up. But they got Dragon. And, like, you have to invest a TP in 2 flashes?
Probably not worth it.
I mean, I guess it's fine, but I don't think you're excited about it. You know, it's one of those deals that's good, but you're not immediately, you're going to go like, okay, I gotta put that in my basket right now.
One of the most mediocre trade deals of all time.
There's a stack check. Guma, as he should, going to be relatively behind. I've heard like the fact that if you get enough marks on Kindred, mostly the Senna, is going to reach a point where she's a big issue. I also do think that ever since they like did all the rounds of nerfs to Smolder, Senna is one of the few champions where your healing can actually be really annoying for him to deal with his burn, and you can kind of negate some of the value there. At the same time, I don't think we've had versions of Senna in the past. Like, remember when her heals skilled with lethality, where you could like really... That was a thing. Yeah.
First, I think it was all.
It's pretty close. Zeka could also use the first instance of his ult. I think they're going to arrive around the same time. If Hololive played a little slow.
Well, there's the equalizer. It's a good one, but the Poppy ult is even better as they go all in onto one target. Down goes Owner, and the smite goes the way of Peanut, and now this is really rough times for the side of T1 as in goes Peanut, but there's no damage follow-up, and Zeka still in the chase. He's going to hit the charm again, as there you go. Another kill goes over to Zeka, and already the snowball is beginning for Hololive Esports.
They have Ornn and Smolder! They have Ornn and Smolder!
Ornn and Smolder. Don't forget the bridge, all right. The Ari Nefiri.
Again, yeah, and the real bridge there was Poppy. The one thing that you can't have happen, and we've seen it with 2 Kindreds in a row now. You can't be the first to die.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, and Owner, it's on...
Huh. She deserves more respect.
Okay, T1, Doran TP in, level 11, does have the equalizer, level 2. Poke is good here.
Yeah, I mean, they're zoning them away.
Nice.
Doesn't really look like how we're set up for contesting this very well. So that is going to be the Rift Herald going over to T1. It is an Ornn getting some free time at the bottom lane. Importantly, going to get those levels we keep talking about.
One of my biggest pet peeves with Ornn is when they do exactly that. When they're like, oh, he's a tank, we gotta... Just wait. At least let him hit level 14. Then he can start grouping. You know, like, give a buff 2 triangles out in area. Did you ever do that experiment where you need to like build a bridge? Yeah, that's a classic.
It was like a tower.
Yeah,
they had like hold the weight.
Yeah, stand on top of it. Yeah, that's fine.
Stand on it. But
trying.
Maybe standards in use, not quite as.
Well, you can
not quite as high.
It's fine.
Carry looking for an angle here on a Zeka. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
You have the Herald.
He's getting some good positioning.
Zeka and Delight playing very respectful here, going to take down the Rift. Carry, I think you get in on someone. Peanut, that's in the theory though.
Yeah, it's not a real target now. The TP's behind them. Zeus, he is an Ornn. I don't really think they can kill him, but a double knockup comes in. He flashes out of the Galio. They're still showing a lot of respect to our Hololive. Not going full on in. If that were BNK, they're diving into that jungle.
Oh, they're just giving it up.
Yeah, they're just going to give up the Drake. They set up on it, but it didn't look good afterwards. And they used their Galio ults.
They used 2 ultimates.
The Alistair ult, and they just leave.
Without Galio, they would try. No shot you try without the Alistair ult.
Yeah. Delight's pass his.
So that's sole point for Ornn and Smolder. 18 minutes. I just keep repeating myself, but nothing else is happening.
Are we gonna get the return of Doomer Chronicler?
No,
it's such a rare skin.
That was every other like 5 episodes because he's just off on his own adventures. He's the crazy
uncle. Zeus is Kramer.
Zeus just shows up.
What's going on, guys?
At some point, and he's like, "What up?"
Yeah, exactly. Shows up at the weirdest times.
For T1,
Says the craziest things.
I need this to not be a tragedy. I need this to be a free game. The gold is fine.
I mean, it's, yeah.
So the craziest thing to me is there is still a world where if they can get on top of Viper at the beginning of the fight and blow him up, where it's playable.
With Alistair?
Well, and Poppy and Ornn, I know, that's not... I'm grasping at straws here, fellas, but give me this. Give me something.
I feel like we should have seen this coming. I mean, we knew... We saw the draft and we were like...
It's just a single stake. Just one in-depth loop. Okay, it's not the in-depth.
I feel like the second the Poppy was locked,
Well,
I was kind of like, all right, well...
Well, my
thought it was a 6-gamer, but...
Once again, there are teams that I would expect to not have the discipline to play this out and give openings like the one we're talking about. But outside of Hanwha, the only other team that's more disciplined, I'd argue the world is Gen G. I don't think any other team, when it comes to playing out games in positions like this, is quite as slow and steady.
Yeah,
oh my god, he's going in!
Charm is going to miss, but it doesn't matter. He's so tanky. He's Ari. Look at his door. He's just dead. It's just a one-on-one solo bolo from Zeka. And
It's
yeah,
cooked.
Faker, you can't flash with the taunt anymore.
No.
Oh, not Doomer Chronicler.
It's done. It's done. Oh.
Okay, he's just unlocking Hex Flash. He doesn't have Hex Flash. He is going to knock away.
It's not done. We're so
Poppy
back.
ultimate down. Position here on this Dragon, of course. Someone like Esports looking for that Infernal Soul.
Viper just wants to Q people.
He's trying his best.
Oh my god. Well, Guma can heal it at least, but more of that focus, they're going to be in trouble.
Yes, he's not really able to make his way in. Equalizer now going to do a little bit of damage. More of a zoning equalizer than anything else.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, seems to walk back over it. Faker in a rough spot, but he will be okay. In goes Zeka, though. Gonna get the turn here on the owner. Nice amount of poke from them. Even the Smolder helping out of that, and now they just turn on the Guma and Doran, who are left out to dry by the team as everybody else was running away. And that's gonna be that early pick. Charm not gonna hit Fear from Zeka, but you know what is really gonna hit hard? Orange Smolder with Infernal Soul at 25 minutes into the game.
I'm done coping. No more cope.
Doomer Chronicler's back.
This game is done. Only zero. Curses aren't real.
Curses aren't real.
Can't do it.
Batman isn't real.
If Hanwha Live lose this game, I will believe in curses.
Wow.
I swear.
Chronicler.
If Hanwha Live somehow lose
You're a
this,
changed man today. I don't know what to
I
say.
will believe.
That's crazy. We're getting a little engaged here. Owner very, very low. And the ult in from Peanut is Doran so low. Get a nice ult away. And Ziz, though, is pretty deep. Delight as well, getting chunked out. But the damage from Zeka and Viper is just so gigantic. And even Ziz is still here. Gonna get a Naga, but it's a little bit too deep. Look at the health bars of T1. That's all Viper and Zeka just chunking them down.
Oh.
Infernal Soul's not making it easier.
Owner? Fourth mark? I can't help it still. Still true, though.
All right, he's got Smite. Okay, so
He's got this.
Fourth mark.
It's
The question is, does he die?
That's work.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
It's fine.
All right.
So, bit of a messy fight.
And we might get an Elder Flip here while Hanwha Life have, well, I call it an Elder Flip. It might just be Hanwha Life securing it because they have Infernal. They have 3 Ornn items.
You know, the gold's still even, and Elder is on the map in 3.5 or 3 minutes.
But as you mentioned before, the gold's number might be even, but the Ornn items plus
it's not
Infernal
close.
Soul value
Well-
is, I mean, this might be like 5-6K ahead.
Yeah, once Zeka gets his...
Little flank.
Oh, little flank.
Little flankaroo. They didn't go in on that. Guma's alone, and the flank. Who's flanking who? What is this?
Is that Pool Bay?
I guess so. Except it's Faker, actually. He's might just die to Peanut alone, who is ulting in onto Galio. And he's just kind of playing with his food at this point. Guma left out to dry. And it's just how like they're just waiting, baiting them into these rough spots. And T1 trying to find an angle, but they just cannot.
Viper has, I'm pretty sure, had sums this entire game. I don't think they've been forced.
Maybe he used them aggressively.
Maybe like very early on.
Yeah.
Well, might do that here.
Well, Charm's going to miss, but Carrier's not in the fight anymore. Still going to try to get in there. He doesn't have his
Owner,
ult.
you gotta get this!
Yeah, Equalizer comes down. Owner knocked away. And now they can just smite it down. Easy peasy. There it goes as, yeah. That's a Baron now over to the side of Hanwha Life Esports. They get it for free. Only expending, you know, the flash of delight. For me, it was when Poppy got
Because if I end up being wrong, you know, and curses are real, it means it's a slightly more magical world.
It's an opportunity for growth, I'd say. Faker trying to hit the taunt flash, but that doesn't work anymore on many patches ago, many years ago. So, yeah.
Elder 20. seconds. No ults outside of the Equalizer invested. Equalizer will be up relatively soon. All Alive not getting that much value out of this Baron power, but it's legit playable. If Owner gets the Smite Steal, and they are then able to keep everyone up with Guma's healing and the shielding from both Faker and the healing from Owner. Don't forget, T1 still have Otacon, so if they can get a kill, it can snowball quickly. They do not have a lot of pedals because they didn't get a lot of kills since the Otacon, but we can dream. There are two wolves inside me, Veldis, and they're fighting each other!
Yeah.
Come on, T1.
All right, well,
Look at the light. Look at the poke.
The damage already coming in onto this Elder. TP is going to be pretty straight up. Poke goes down onto Doran. Zeka's got an angle, but he's spotted. And it's getting lower and lower. Mob will be called, and in goes Zeka. Gonna hit the turn with that backline, and Doran's almost already dead. The Zoner throws in the ult. We got the Galio over the top. The late might be in some trouble, but Owner's already dead. As the jungler goes down for T1, and they don't have a fight afterwards. In goes the Nefiri. Peanut just hunting them down like the Nefiri you would expect. And it was over a long time ago, but How a Life gonna put the nail in that coffin and take down this Elder Drake.
No wave deep enough. Turret still standing. So the odds of an actual end right now, not really there. As are we just we're stalling it for I kind of like that. Yeah. Waiting as long as you want to. As the attempt from Zeka doesn't work, but he's still able to ult out and flash. And then the health bars on Doran and Owner are just already gone. When the fight begins, and Viper's just not even remotely threatened. In any fight where Viper is just living and fine, it's just nothing you can do. There you go, there's the aggressive flash!
Yeah. Well, there's the Elder.
I think he was waiting for the light, and obviously also you got, which I feel like a lot of
reset
teams,
timing, you know.
well, a lot of teams don't do enough either, where you maximize value from this buff when you can actually use it.
Yeah.
Especially just getting an A7 and like, there's might be what, like 20
Everybody
seconds?
backs and fine, they run back to lane, and yeah, 20, 30 seconds.
They just lose out on it.
Yeah. Peanut's just farming his wolves after getting it, which maybe he needs a little bit of extra money.
GA's done, Valdez.
Yeah. So, either way, GA is done for Viper. Death Dance finished for Peanut. As now they're going to use all of this gold, plus the Infernal and the Elder Drake, and all the Ore-Niners. He's got it on everybody at this point, including Delight. Has that upgraded locket. I think that was the item we were looking at that had like 700 health.
Oh my god.
You know, it's ridiculous. Oh. It's way too much. And Baker going for the desperation flank. He'll be able to live, it looks like, but again, living at this point, not feeling too great. Maybe he was like trying to get the wave or something, because they don't have Baron, right? So it's pretty desperate either way. And the flank, or not the flank, the push, the siege is still happening here. And the Ornhorn will be called just to force it underneath the turret. They're going to find Owner as the turn comes in, and he's not going to die because of his ult, but now he's going to die. Just a little bit after the fact. Homalive Esports will be taking down this inhibitor turret and the inhibitor, and we'll be looking for the 2-0 here tonight in relatively simple fashion. Delight going to find another angle reminiscent of that level 4 gank that he got mid lane on the Faker, which really started the snowball in this game. They don't quite have a wave, but they've got some little wolves to help out here, and it's just a done deal at this point. Got 10 seconds on Keria, who won't be able to clear out the wave, so there you have it. 34 minutes, and Hub of Life will take down T1 in 2-0 fashion. Not much to see here in the series, to be honest. We thought it was going to be closer, we thought it was going to be epic, but instead Hanwha are just proving that they are the better team.